Check it out. This is where we're going to be painting today. Little keyboard cat painting. It's a political environment. If you turn on the TV, you can't escape it. So today the cat is going to go politics on us. That was a good one. Well, all right, there you pretty much have it. It sets the theme for today, which is America and patriotism and stars and stripes and stuff. And I got this flag blower. It's an old antique thing that blows the flag. And that's not even the current flag. It's old, and I respect it. And hardly ever turn that thing on, but it just automatically blows the flag and shows your patriotism. So we got that going for us. Now, today I thought we'd paint a picture of from the days of Bento. When Bento was campaigning, he almost made it. We still think maybe we won and we're trying to get a recount, but I don't know. At any rate, he was into it. He couldn't get away from the mic. He loved to talk and meow and stuff. So today we're going to do a painting of this frame, and we're going to start out by putting kind of a fluorescent paint halo around the cat to show that the cat is special and is radiating goodness and patriotism and stuff like that. So we will, well, wait, first of all, we have to fill in some of these lines. I've done a light pencil drawing of that frame, and now I'm just adding a little bit of marker to it to just give it a little more punch. And I'm not worried about being perfect because I tried to be perfect for the first maybe 26 or so years on this planet, and it didn't work out. It's the darndest thing you ever saw. Anyway, let's just leave it at that. And now, oh yeah, I wanted to show, we have the yard sign down here. This is the Keyboard Cat sign that goes in your yard. And you can get it on, I'm pretty sure Zazzle. Yeah, you can get it on Zazzle.com, Keyboard Cat yard sign. And these, my friends, are one of the hottest items going today. They're burning off the shelves, burning. And they are bumper stickers. I got 2 on my car. Let's see, what are people saying? I love Keyboard Cat. WW2 Top is from Russia. And Nikon says the same. Keyboard Cat Legenda from Bar W Tip. And that's what they're saying. Tokina Plays Mr. Little Ray. If I had a car, I would buy that license plate. Supra Lego YT. Oops, I'm not from Brazil, from Querso Guilherme Neto. Missy E, Keyboard Cat Rules. Yeah. All right, so I cut this little stencil out just before the show. It goes right over the, no, it goes this way. It goes right over the cat so I can spray near it and get, it's kind of a stencil, or some people calls it a brisket, which might be more appropriate for animals because of different food brands that we know are out there. Let's see, we'll just put that there, a little piece of tape, and a little piece of tape behind it here. Sure. Now comes the fun part. Of course, everybody loves spray paint, and everybody loves fluorescent spray paint, which is something that we all like. All right. Just practicing right there. Yeah. I have to say I'm liking it. Let's take the stencil off. See what we got. Ooh. Ooh. I broke. There we go. New thumbtack in the corner. Okay. There we go. Now that looks cool. That, at least to me it does. And I'm the only person I'm getting feedback from, except for some of you out there. You know, I saw a TV show this weekend. I was in Seattle, and I saw a TV show that was like 10 of the top influencers in Asia or someplace. And I never heard of them. I've been just hanging out in the studio here, and I didn't know. And they were people that millions of people follow on YouTube to just learn from them and be influenced by them. And they were called influencers. Now, I don't know what an influencer really is, but I think somebody told me I might have been one, or I could be one, maybe even right now. Because I used YouTube to show you on the iPad the Keyboard Cat political commercials, and now I'm using YouTube to broadcast live to you, my friends all over the earth. Does that make me an influencer? Well, whatever I am, or whatever you are, we're here. That much I know. Now, I'm going to get a little of the old real paint, conventional paint that goes squish out of a tube, and I'm gonna paint this blue. Not that it would be blue, because it really wouldn't, around these stars. And you kind of got to be careful, because you want the stars to look like stars. I like paintings where you can just make one swoosh and you're done. Of course, everybody would like to just do one thing and be done, like just wave a spoon and dinner is on the table. But it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes it does, like with, you know, Robert Motherwell paintings, or with the Japanese kanji squisher guys that just make a big splash all of a sudden, and it's profound and says everything. You can do that sometimes, but sometimes you have to bear down because life is a brick wall. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. That I'm switching up kind of blue here, different. That life is where you make your own brick wall. Not a bad brick wall that keeps you away from things, but a good brick wall that sustains you and protects you and makes a good brick wall in your scrapbook. And when you're making a brick wall, if you think you want to get it done really fast and have it be strong, you'd think, well, I'll just use bricks and no mortar. Well, that will get you a really fast kind of wall that you could build out of just bricks, but eventually it would start falling down because there's nothing holding the bricks together, and the taller you get, the more squonky it would get. And so you think, I would just use mortar. But if you just used mortar, it would just be a blob, like a poopy blob. And that wouldn't make a very tall wall, although it would adhere to gravity. Well, I guess everything does. So you use a little brick and then a little mortar, and do that over and over, and your job is to know when to use which, and you can get pretty good at it. Right now I'm doing a little mortar, a little brick, a little fluorescent Scoochie paint, fluorescent hot pink right now. See, this field behind the stars would normally just be blue, but we're kind of trying to break our convention and rules. Hendrix did a pretty good Star Spangled Banner, and he thought it was beautiful. Now Jimmy was pretty cool. Move on over and let Jimmy take over, is what my good friend Carson always says. So there you go, you can see that. Can you see that? Yeah, that looks good. Yo, digging it. So now, I'm gonna just spray a little bit of yellow or orange over the cat that then I'll paint over top of. And I think, considering that the cat is pretty much orange, maybe a little yellow and a little orange. What the hell? Here we go. Watch the spray. Right? And then a little orange. And I think I'm gonna put it in some special places like there. And there. And there. Maybe a little bit right there. Now already, this thing is starting to have a groove, which is, you know, it's a start. So then, what would we put around the cat to make the detail sort of lines? They'd be darker, they'd be like, gosh, I'm tempted to pick something real weird. Like maybe oh, I know what, this fluorescent orange paint. Let's see what that does. Maybe mix it with a little of the pink. Fluorescent mix. Now we get, who else is in here? Boy, there's a lot of people. Yes, bro. from Rak Bocchini Gogorat. Keyboard Cat Nikon says, Keyboard Cat lives in dreams and hearts. And arts. Respect and peace, love from Sweden. Now that makes me feel, my day is, that's pretty cool. So now let's put up some of this in some of these darker orange spots. I'm liking that. You don't see a cat like that on the street, but it's okay. Look at that. Is that as pretty on there as it is in? Yeah? The guy's gotta paint. Because the guy's gotta eat. See? Here's some orange. Here's some orange. Here's orange coming out from his eye. It's a little, we'll say pink for his nose is what I'm thinking. That's looking pretty good for a cat painting. Let's use a little of the wild, wild, wild west paint in here. Well, I gotta say, I'm liking it. I think that color, instead of white like it is in the real world, we're gonna make out of this fluorescent, this yellow known to humans. And I'm talking about fluorescent. Here we go. People love this cat, I'm telling you, and I do too. Let's see, we were going to put this here on the collar. Is that reading on this little camera thing too? Yeah, kinda. We'll get some darker colors in there. It'll make your viewers at home all over the planet have a little bit better viewing experience. Coming up right after I do this. Okay, right there. Now we're going to put in something, I think some teal. I really do. Little teal with a little bit of purple, not much. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Uh-huh. Sure. Now that's giving you a little more definition with which to use your camera. Oh, yeah. Wow. I'm digging this. flat digging it. I went to art school in Japan, and that was a riot and a half. And I learned a lot. Some of this stuff right here that I'm doing, I learned that in Asia. And let's try and get this mouth a little bit in here. I'm tempted to. That bow tie ought to be. Anybody have an idea for a color on that bow tie? Epic Animal Edits, I have rendered it, please stop, redded it, please stop. Oh my God is nice. Rest in peace, yeah. You're a good artist, bro, and keep up the good work. Hey, cool, thank you. I was a painter before I was anything, way before I was a cat guy. So now my painting is catching up with my cat, which is, I think it's a good thing. So now, we want to do something with that bow tie. Something fluorescent, I think. I'm going to try just hot pink fluorescent mania, madness. If we want to do something else to it later on, we can. If I had a fluorescent bow tie, I'd probably be wearing it right now. Let's use a little of this fluorescent pink. And look at these little these little stripes down here, kind of like, we're not going to make them all pink, no sir. Some of them are going to get yellow, because this is getting to be a painting that really features yellow, and I got no room to talk. There's yellow more, and yellow. So let's put a little of that down here, because we got some on the brush. Waste not, want not. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's working for me. Have a nice day and nice art. Keep Meki Adel says, Keyboard Cat is the king. Supra Lego YT says, let's rank 6 memes for me. It's number 1, Keyboard Cat. Ha 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 ha. I found this in my recommended. I appreciate somebody having done that. Am I turning into what is it? Oh, influencer. Doesn't that, when I was a kid, influence was, I don't know, they would say he's having a bad influence on Chucky. So we're gonna do something with that microphone. Don't ask me what. I think orange. getting to be kind of light-footed in the color department because someone invented fluorescent paint, which is one of the best things that's ever happened to paint ever since, well, ever since. Look at that. Yeah. I can't lie, I'm starting to like this painting. Should I zoom in on it more so people can see what the heck we're doing? Let's do that just a little. There. I'm my own cameraman, by the way. I went on strike a couple of weeks ago for, I don't know, 40 minutes maybe. Long enough to get a couple of Twinkies and some root beer in me. Now, we must do something with this podium. We must start to do something with that podium. All that wood is brown, and I am not really much for brown. I don't even know if I have any brown paint. How about, I'll just look at my paints and let one of them speak out to me. I wonder what red would do. Like red. Oh, I think we should try a little red because it seems so wrong. There's some red. And it does seem wrong. What should we put with it? Probably some orange. Well, there's orange already squeezed out on that dot. Okay. Then a pretty good sized brush because that's a big thing. Get a little water. Get a little red. Get a little orange. Get a lot of water. Well, that brush is quiet. Okay. Why not? See, I'm trying to use some of it somewhere else. See? And now, we're going to get some dark purple, I think. And I think we're going to use dark purple right across this thing. This little podium, by the way, I built with my own two hands. I'm a props builder. And years ago, I gave it to my good friend Ben Lashes. And I don't know what he's doing with it, but I hope he's watching and putting it. Hey, that painting looks good. You know what? I could say that painting was done and feel real good right now. I know some people think you should finish it, but it's not a sandwich where you need mayonnaise everywhere. That purple bar across there, we don't want that to be purple all the way across. That would be not good. So we'll put a little teal on there. And kind of blend them. Oh yeah. You know what color we haven't used in here at all? Green. Yes, Keyboard Cat is in pet heaven. Yes, I miss Keyboard Cat. How could I not? I think it's time to just stop everything and make sure we get a dang clean hot pink tongue in there. Because look at it. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think we could put a little of that hot pink on here. Just to break it up. Break it up. What's his nose doing? It's kind of pinkish too. Yep. Then we'll put some of that pink right here because mainly we have it on the brush. And let's let the brush decide for a change instead of us just pushing it around like we're the boss and know-it-all brush guys. Brushes matter. They do. There. A little sloppy, and I like it. Then what are we going to do with this front of this desk here? Because we all know in this world it's brown. But I am just not really one for painting many things brown. I'm thinking a dark color, so that makes me think I'm thinking a light color. So let's take a little of this fluorescent yellow. Ha 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 ha. And start thrashing it in. I like to wipe my brush on my pants. It just kind of lets people know what I've been doing. So look, there's yellow. Already I know it's better than if I picked brown. Oh, come on, baby. Yeah. And since we got this yellow going, we'll put a little of it up here. Yeah. And maybe a little of it here. I don't know if my electric flag is. My friend Mark Van Babel in Austin, Texas gave me that flag. I'm in a movie of his called Red Boy 13. Red Boy 13, I play a drill sergeant named Sergeant Herder. I come from a long line of herders. Look it up, you can buy it. It's fun. There ain't no question about that. Now we're gonna get a little bit of pinky. We'll put it in this side a little bit. Pink. A little blendo. Now I think, excuse me. Now I think a little purple here, regardless of what is there in the photograph. I like acrylic paints because they dry really fast. Excuse me. And you can just paint something right over. That's working. I would not argue with these results, even with your face. Huh? Sure. I got to think about that for a minute. You don't just keep painting. Well, maybe you do. Excuse me. Let's take a little break and just walk around in the studio. Look around. There's a keyboard cat painting I did many years ago. And there's a couple that I did just recently. These two will be starting tomorrow during my broadcast. In the description, you will be able to purchase these exact paintings, and I will ship them to you. The one on the bottom is a canvas, so it'll be a little more expense on the shipping because it's 3 by 3 feet, and the top one is super easy shipping because it's on a piece of quality paper. I can roll it up, put it in a tube, lick a stamp, and goodbye. There's what the rest of the space kind of looks like. There's stuff everywhere. And sometimes I want to make music. Look at this pile of drawings and paintings. That's a lot of stuff. Right there, yeah. And there's where the action is today. We're working right there, as you can see. Let's get back over here and see what we can do to this painting to make it there we go. That's a pretty nice frame. You can see closer up kind of what's going on there. It's got some moves. It's definitely got a groove to it. It looks like something that belongs, well, in a museum. That's what I'm thinking. Let's put a little bit of pinky up here. Look at that. There's that railing that goes upstairs in my house up to the studio, which is where we're at now. 1,000 feet of controlled chaos. Nothing to eat up here though. Nothing at all. Gosh, what do we do here? I think I might take a sponge and just throw something in a little bit over here. Kind of pastel-y, kind of lighty. kind of spongy. There's a little sponge. I'm thinking maybe something kind of bluish. I'm going to experiment on the wall right there. Hell yeah. Well, that's scrubbing up good. Starting to look like a New York painting or something. Yeah. It's got some action. Now let's put a little action over on the other side. An equal and opposite reaction. That ain't gonna work. No siree, Bob. There's that. Heck, I'll use a piece of paper towel. And closing up the gap, you know. I'm digging it. I don't want to keep painting just to be painting. I mean, I got to look out for the painting. Somebody's got to. I think I might sign that thing. And this is probably number 7, number 8 maybe, 6, 7. Eight. This is number 8 in the painting series from this TV show we're doing, this live influencer TV show, number 8. So I'm going to sign it right here. Charlie. Number 8. Sure. Yeah. So yeah. I got caught picking my nose. Keyboard Cat 2028. There's a chance. We're working on that. Well, we're really thinking that we got a chance in this election. There are a lot of undecideds. And if we get every single undecided, that we could possibly get into the White House. Now, he hasn't picked a running mate yet. It'll probably be a cat, but it's not limited to that. Albor Animation says, cool art, bro. Frosty says, Keyboard Cat for president. Go KC. Yeah. Yeah, remember? get to your Keyboard Cat channel on YouTube and like it and subscribe, please. Because I think if I get a few more undecided subscribers, I could be an influencer. That's what I think. I'm not sure about any of that. But anyway, I think we're going to end the show today with the flag and just remembering that we all need to vote and we all need to take care. It's like, what do all people on the earth want to be, whatever party or race they are? They want to be getting plenty of gravy on Thanksgiving. We all want the same things. And Keyboard Cat pointed that out and continues to, playing off the idiots that people pretty much continue to be. But let's just hope for the best. And this earth is going to pull through. That's what I'm saying.